Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tier 2 Championship of NHBT. We are in for a good one with the University of Maryland versus WashU. We've seen these teams compete today and have won today, and it has been a phenomenal time for both teams. Very excited. Nathan Weeder on the mic alongside Donnie Deutsch.
Hey guys, how you doing? I'm back again. Just did the last game with Izzy Falk. Me and Nathan on for our second game of the day. We're looking at a very talented WashU team led by Zev Reamer and Jack Resin. Podsky, their best player, has left the tournament. So without Podsky today, without their second best player, they're taking on a talented Maryland team led by some freshmen, Isaac Kushner, Elliot Sokol, Davidi Fritz, and some older kids also, Michael Rosen, the captain.
And don't forget Benji Kaufman.
Benji Kaufman.
Deadly shooter.
Certainly a threat from deep. We're in for a good one here as the fans are starting to settle in. And, the players seem to be taking the court for tip.
I think this is going to be the best game of the day so far. There's no doubt in my mind. I think
certainly of what we've seen on Richie, this has the potential to be the best game of the day. Over in the other gym, we had a great matchup between a highly seeded Maryland team and a Columbia team that ultimately took them down. And we just saw a Princeton team knock off Georgia to move on to the Tier 1 championship. We're going to see that game a little bit later. We're going to see Princeton and Columbia, Battle of the Ivy Leagues. For now, getting ready for tip-off.
I think a couple keys to the game are to think about. Maryland has to stop Zev Reamer. It was unbelievable in the earlier game.
I think that is the first, second, and third key of the game for Maryland. Zev Reamer, last game against Pittsburgh, he was just special, and he was doing it with kind of a goofy attitude, a smile on his face, always joking around. But we saw some incredible shooting with a hand in his face. We saw him get to the basket. And, starting here, checking Isaac Kushner, that's going to be a very tough matchup for Kushner.
A very tough matchup for Kushner.
I would love to see, sometimes young players struggle to do this, but I would love to see them realize that we can't go at Reamer. He's a tough guy to go at.
You got to focus on the defensive side against Reamer.
Yeah, and, on the defensive side, it starts with building a wall. It's not a one-guy effort. Help defense is super important. As Davidi Fritz looks to get to the basket, grew up at JDS,
Here comes Reamer down the court.
Reamer pushing it the other way, quick with the ball.
And a foul called on Elliot Sokol.
Elliot Sokol, I believe. Fritz and Kushner used to match up in the classic JDS Berman rivalry. Now here they are on the same team. And, throughout this tournament, it's just people know each other, so many levels to it. Now the old high school rivals teaming up, trying to take down a Tier 2 ship.
Adds an element of fun to it as well.
Adds an element of fun as we see number 8, Ilan Barnea, miss his first three. Here, Kushner looking to get to the basket. Reamer right there.
Fighting against Reamer.
Kick to Rosen, for three. Gets it to go.
Oh,
and he's letting everybody know about it.
Pouring into the fans.
Off to an early start.
Having the home court advantage a little bit here. Let's see if they could use that.
A little bit of a home court advantage. The crowd getting into
Reamer
it.
from her deep
pulls
three.
From the top of the key. Can't
Just
get
for
it to
another
go.
board for Rosen.
And the
Fights
board
in
for
there.
Rosen. I'm wondering if it's going to take this WashU team. Plenty of talent even without Jacob Podsky, but I'm wondering if it's going to take them a little bit to adjust to playing without their second best player.
1,000%. And then you look at Maryland's looking to capitalize on that adjustment period.
As Rosen can't get it to go on the second opportunity. Reamer
Reamer
coming
pushing.
the other way.
Pushing.
Just so quick
Takes
to the
contact without the call.
Takes the contact. Could have gotten a call. So quick with that jab. Puts the ball out. So hard to predict which direction he's going. And you saw him go right by Fritz there on the break.
Listen, if I'm Maryland, I'm happy with this start. Hit a shot, playing solid defense, causing them to miss some shots.
As Kushner gets a look, can't get it to go. Reamer playing some drop coverage there. Kind of daring Benji Kaufman to shoot a pull-up or a little floater. As Barnea, nice spin move, gets to the cup, gets the foul. That's 2 early fouls on Elliot Sokol.
He is
frustrated. I wonder if that's going to play into it today.
He is frustrated with that. There goes a lot. There's a lot of speed. He's the fastest player in the team by far. You're playing against a team that's going to push the ball a lot, especially with Zev as their point guard.
Even not speedy, he's just simply one of their most important scorers. And, you have no choice right now but to leave him and hope he doesn't pick up another one. I don't see what the other option is.
I think you keep him in the game right now. Hope he
Keep him
doesn't
in the
foul.
game.
Foul again, though, you get him in
Foul
trouble.
again, you know. And I wonder if WashU will sort of look to go at him now.
It's tough. You know, without the coach, it's tough to really point it out.
It's tough. You know, you wonder if these players really realize what just
But
happened.
you know, even if they don't attack him, he's going to have him in the back of his mind, and it's going to restrict
Maryland
him.
fails to box out.
Another deep three from Reamer, and he hits it.
And Reamer connects from way downtown. He's smacking his head. He's
Same
letting the crowd
celebration.
know. Same celebration. Always goofing around. That's just Reamer, though, man. You almost feel like he's like.
For those listeners that do not know, Zev Reamer is a D3 basketball player. He actually plays at College Lutheran Christian. Is able to be a massive player there. Really so special. You see him playing with the keeper. It's really such a nice image.
Such a nice image. We saw Fritz get it to go on the other end. Reamer gets to the basket here.
Draws
He's going to get to the line. I wonder who that was on. Clearly not Sokol.
You see the frustration building with Maryland, though, with the physicality aspect of it.
The frustration of Reamer. He's just quicker than, you know, players they've played against. You know, where you used to get away with a hand where it's going to get drawn a foul or you're out of position, but the defense missed it. Reamer doesn't miss those advantages. He knows how to attack his defender. He sees when your feet are crossed over, he's going to go right at you. He has a high IQ, you know?
He does.
Similar to Spencer Rubenstein. I know they came up a little short, but the way that he's playing both ends of the court, really knows who needs to guard who. And here he is knocking down free throws and doing a little dance on the way up the court. Picking up Kushner from half. Here we go with Rosen.
Rosen with the ball.
And, you know, something for this Maryland team to watch is, do they have a true floor general? Is this offense going to get a little bit stagnant at times?
They had Lev last game, and he was a really key piece for them. And unfortunately, he had to leave now. So it's adjusting to that as well as they get the board.
Kaufman can't get the open floater to go. Tough roll there. It'll stay Maryland ball on this end.
Kaufman is a surprise for this team, right? Very few people will consider to guard him if they see his size, but he can shoot.
He can shoot the ball.
Rosen
He's always moving. Rosen sort of feeling himself from deep, pulling up a couple feet behind the line.
It's tough when you hit the first. Oh, boy, Reamer.
Reamer feeling it.
And the offensive
Barnea
board.
gets the board. I mean,
you can't allow that to happen if
allow
you're
that
Maryland.
to happen.
You get to stop with Reamer
missing. You're
missing.
going to be under so much pressure from Reamer today that every time he misses, you got to put bodies on bodies, get the rebound.
Sokol
second
from deep.
Opportunities.
Oh,
Sokol from deep,
Elliot
puts it
Sokol.
in. Elliot Sokol, a tough look from a tough shooter.
Oh,
wow,
boy, Reamer with the dribble.
going down the court. And that's just so pretty. That's just pretty ball from Zev Reamer. Unstoppable.
Wow.
You know, they build a wall and he goes right through it.
Oh.
But we saw this last game for them as
Rosen
from
three.
deep.
Oh, no.
I think it might be time to maybe readjust this game plan here a little bit on the Maryland end.
He hit the first shot, and since then he's been chucking them.
He's been shooting them. You know, and I'm okay with that, but I wish, you know, try to play a little more in rhythm.
Movement,
couple of feet behind the line. Try to get a little bit closer to the basket.
No need for that from that deep. Absolutely not.
But it goes back to the lack of a floor general. You know, it's hard to say if you're going to get a better look than that on the whole possession almost.
They need a good facilitator. It's a listen, it's the tier 2 team.
Fritz picking up Reamer right away.
Get the board.
Barnea can't get it to go off the little handoff play. Here, it seems like Fritz is going to be the guard today.
Right, which is interesting because they haven't played with him yet. So it's an adjustment period to be able to have him be the general. A board for Kushner, no good.
No good, and the rebound falls to Resin, who gets it to Reamer. Reamer pushes for Barnea. He's going to attack Sokol on the drive, and Sokol.
And one.
If you're Sokol, you have to know you can't reach in there. You can't pick up your third foul.
What do they do now? They got to take him out, and they're going to. Oh no, that's so unfortunate.
You know,
he is frustrated, playing through an injury as well.
It's tough. It's just tough. Sometimes it falls that way. Foul trouble. We see great players get into it, but if you're Sokol, you have to know you're beat off the dribble. You can't stick that hand in there.
Especially with 2 fouls
undisciplined
already.
basketball. You know, it makes it into an and one. You pick up your third foul.
And I respect him playing through the injury, but now you're putting your team
far behind. You've got 3 fouls. You've taken yourself out of the game. And it's going to be a lot of pressure on Fritz and Kushner.
Kushner with the screen.
Rosen back to Kushner.
Down low to Glick, back to Kushner, wide open. Oh, good, takes the contact.
Gets to the cup. Really nice pass and cut. I don't think Reamer was expecting Kushner to go back door like that.
Definitely not. And great ball movement by the team.
And a nice strong take from Kushner.
And that's really what
Gets
this
to the
team is
line.
about. There's no one player. It's very much a ball movement team, really trying to find the open opportunity, and that's what they're trying to do right now.
And I think that is, their greatest strength and their greatest weakness. No one player. And with that comes, when that guy goes cold for a lot of these teams, they get very stagnant. And
sometimes you need that one player to really
correct.
be the guy.
It goes both ways, correct. But
look at Reamer right now, just
Reamer handling the ball, sizing up Fritz. Cross behind the back,
good
spins
defense.
in the lane, fading shot is
but
good.
It does not matter.
It's too easy for this guy.
Disgusting.
He's smirking.
He knows it too.
But I was saying earlier, last game against Pittsburgh, we saw a similar performance from Reamer, but we didn't really see WashU pull away.
No, we did not.
And I'm wondering if that might be a theme for this team. Great performances from Reamer, as Resin can't get it to go in the corner.
Especially as Maryland is hitting their shots.
With Maryland hitting their shots.
Right, if they can't pull away, there definitely leaves a door open for Maryland to really take in and win this championship.
And some of these teams, all they need is to see that they're in the game, and then it really gets going.
And as Maryland, I feel good right now.
Can't get it to fall.
Board.
Long board for Fritz, pushing it at Reamer. Maybe got away with one there as Fritz spins inside, takes it all the way. Wow.
What a finish.
I mean, the body control from Fritz right there is really spectacular. Spinning, ducking, bopping, weaving, and Barnea goes by Kushner with the spin.
This game has the excitement, has the flash. It is everything we could ask for in the Tier 2 championship.
Certainly going up and down the court as we are just around halfway through this first half. 8 minutes to go.
Rosen in the court, passes to Fritz.
Fritz penetrates in for Kushner, gets it to go in the paint. Very nice finish from Kushner, playing inside with the bodies. Underrated size for Kushner, a lanky guy. Can play in there with the bigs and can play on the wing. As Barnea is starting to feel himself, takes a three. And we kind of saw it last game, and you'll see it now without Podski. Barnea kind of stepping into that role. Him and Resin are really going to need to step up for Podski. As Glick checking into the game, getting his first action. Here's Kushner at the top of the key, guarded by Barnea. Fritz gets it now, looking to do something on the wing. Sizes up, a pull-up jump shot, and it's good.
Fritz is playing
and just like that, this Maryland team, sticking around. Reamer's got it now. Thought about it on the wing, hesitation, and he'll reset.
Glick is a great player, but he's not fast enough to play defense against Reamer right now.
And you'll see this a lot from Reamer. He's going to go fast and get this switch and then go slow.
And now, Fritz is commanding the switch.
I don't think Reamer really wants that screen from Resin there. He wants to work on his matchup. Resin comes and Fritz gets to switch back onto Reamer, kind of slowing this possession down. Inside here.
An aggressive attempt to steal the ball there.
Aggressive attempt from Aiden Lerner to steal the ball. It's going to be a foul. That's number 4, Jake Geringer for WashU, averaging 2.5 points this tournament. Just another one of these role players for WashU that's going to need to step up today without Podski.
Losing some players, right? They had 7 guys on the team. Currently, only 5 are here. They need those role guys to really step up. And Zev's having a very solid game, but it's not going to be enough for it to be only him.
And that's something we've seen throughout the tournament. It's not about the one guy. It's really the team.
And I think that's the that's the specialty about this matchup.
I agree with you, and I think these WashU players have what it takes to step up without their second guy.
For sure. I've seen Jack Resin absolutely go off. And
some incredible moves in the last game, a great shooter,
number 5,
willing to go to the line.
Phenomenal down low player, but you don't see him taking the ball because he feels like it's not his responsibility on this team.
Certainly. But all the capability to step up. As we see a contested mid-range from Kaufman, he's mostly going to be shooting threes.
A little bit of a forced shot there.
A little bit. Seems like he thought he had more space. Reamer quickly down the court, gets it to go in the mid-range. And he's skipping down the court, in a close ball game. He's in the gritty.
18-17, 5 minutes, 30 seconds left in the half. Great game so far.
Great game so far. Can't ask for more. Kaufman open for a second. Fritz couldn't catch him quite on time.
Sokol in the game with 3 fouls.
And he goes right by Resin and draws the contact. He'll go to the line for 2. Let's see Sokol back in the game, try to establish himself here at the line, maybe get himself going a little bit. We saw a nice contested 3 earlier, but it's hard to get in your momentum when you're dealing with that foul trouble. You're sitting a lot.
I mean, we'll see what happens on the defensive side, right? Is he going to be scared to play defense?
Is he going to be scared to play defense? Is WashU going to realize the opportunity they have to take advantage of a defender that can't give everything he has on defense?
See if that changes the matchups that they have planned so far.
Able to get the first to go here. Just under 5 minutes left in the first half, all tied up. Sokol gets the second to go. Putting Maryland up by 1 here. Reamer taking up the ball. Again, going fast. This is something you'll see.
Reamer with
here,
a
just
step back.
a quick sidestep.
Oh, and it rolls
it in. Just, you know, playing with him out there a little bit.
That type of shot. I call it toilet bowl.
Toilet bowl, rolling around. You know, messing with the hearts of the defenders a little bit. You know, got him hoping it's not going down, and it goes down.
Ellie got some contact there, but they did not.
Contact here, no call. Fritz pulls a 3, no good. Long board for WashU. Here's Resin, he'll get it across the timeline himself. Good matchup against Glick, looking to push it. He'll slow it for Barnea. Checked by Kushner here on the wing, sizing him up. Through the leg, spin move. You know, we've seen the spin move a lot today. Seems like it's a very difficult move to guard. You sort of get that automatic separation of the body between the defenders.
It's hard to gather yourself once you finish that spin.
But it is hard for players to keep their balance, stay in control. As Sokol, a quick look, can't get it to fall.
Fritz
the board for Fritz.
No good.
Gets his own.
And puts it in.
Goes up with it, puts it in. Ties this game up at 21 with 3.5 to go here.
This is everything we could have asked for from this game. As Reamer shoots and hits it.
Reamer shoots and hits it again.
Is absolutely destroying.
And
right
he
now.
is just, you know, it's just, there's no words for
17
it.
points,
Walking down the
3
court,
rebounds.
shooting the shot. He's got 17 here already. As Fritz stumbles a little bit, able to keep the ball. Fritz, another pull-up jump shot.
Definitely a forced shot there.
Forced shot, a little bit off.
As they're starting to lose sight of what makes them the
Starting
team that they are.
to lose sight of their strengths. You know, I'm not sure. Fritz definitely a threat from deep, but I think Fritz needs to look to get it inside a little bit, use his athleticism.
For sure. During this timeout, we're going to hear a quick word from our sponsor. This broadcast is brought to you by American High. American High is a production company that focuses on creating high school comedies. Why high school comedies? Simple. Because it's one of the only shared experiences we have all gone through. It's where every challenge feels like life and death, where every victory feels like it's the greatest accomplishment. It's a world of firsts. It's where you discover who you are. American High has made award-winning films such as The Binge, Banana Split, Big Time Adolescence, and The Ultimate Playlist of Noise. Don't have time for these long films? Try the shorts. Daily sketches about all things high school.
Got the music going in the gym, getting the crowd into it a little bit. You know, we've certainly had a thriller here. 3 minutes left in the first half. You know, we've really seen a gem of a game from Zev Reamer. I know it's been all we're talking about, but what else is there to talk about? When he's putting up numbers like this, he's got 17 points already in this first half. We've seen him coming down the court doing exactly what he wants to. He's just happy to play, man. He loves the game, quite frankly, putting in hours every day. And, you know, you really see it out here. Just a high-caliber ball player.
Here's what I want to see out of this time. I want to see if Maryland goes back to what they were doing so well of playing as a team. Fritz was kind of taking over a little bit, as he should, but they just lost sight of who they are. If you're missing the shot.
You know, I want to see if Maryland on defense can start to just send these doubles at Reamer right away. You know, if he's going to be not even looking to pass when he crosses half court, you know, I think you gotta get it out of his hands somehow.
I agree, 1,000%.
But we've seen Barnea stepping up early, making it hard to say, you know, Reamer's the only guy. Barnea's been here, you know. We've seen Geringer been here, Resin, all these guys.
Oh.
Aggressive play there. You see Fritz get knocked down, a reach and foul. Great sportsmanship from Reamer, helps him right back up. You know, only 3 fouls right now for WashU, it looks like.
Sokol has 3 himself.
Sokol has 3 by himself, and does the next foul put them in the 1-and-1? Is that how it works in this?
I believe so. Pusher with the ball. Sizing his man up.
Sizing up Barnea, shoots a deep 3, can't get it to go.
Elliott with the tip.
Elliott with the tip. WashU corrals the board here. Barnea gets it across the half. The spin again.
Spin. Oh, and a delayed foul call.
A delayed foul call,
cannot
but
believe it. Neither can Kaufman or Rosen.
And you know, I agree with the players. You know, he's doing that spin move. He's off balance already. It's not going to take much of a touch to get him to
flail around a little bit. And if you're the ref, you can't jump at that, you know?
What are your thoughts on the delayed foul call in general? Waiting to see if it
Listen,
goes in or out.
personally, I'm not so. I like when the refs get it right. You know, I don't like when they wait to see if it goes in or out because they don't want to call it if it misses. That I don't like to see. But I don't mind the delayed call. But for the players, it's very frustrating, right? You feel like this sense of relief. I just got to stop, and then the whistle comes.
It's definitely tough. Rosen gets the ball, back to Kushner.
Back to Kushner. Almost gave it back to him out of bounds there, but avoided it as Kushner brings it across half.
Screen for Kaufman going. Rosen open in the corner.
Rosen open in the corner, but I don't know how he thinks he's going to get it there. You know, in the other corner.
Fritz has really been taking over.
Fritz has been taking over this game. You know, I think we've seen Fritz kind of establish himself as the primary ball handler on this Maryland team, handling it on the wing, getting it inside, driving and kicking.
The question is if that's sustainable for this team.
I think as long as Fritz commits to going to the basket and not settling for contested jump shots, this team is going to be okay with that game plan on the offensive end. I think they're really going to have to start saying, I need somebody other than Reamer to beat me. He's been attacking one-on-one matchups with ease, getting whatever three-point looks he wants. That's going to be the story of the second half. Can you make Reamer play a brand of basketball he doesn't want to play? And as we see right away, quick, nifty, through the legs, attacks an out-of-position defender, gets a foul call.
You see the frustration with Maryland with the fouls, and it's tough because you're playing a very aggressive,
very aggressive and smart player that understands the way the game is played, you know, and it's just tough, you know.
I think the halves also play a factor into it, honestly. The running clock in the halves, you get tired. If the guy beats you, it's just so easy to just foul.
So easy to foul. Got to remember to stay disciplined. You know, can't pick up too many of those.
As they're in the 1-and-1. Scored 28-22.
As I'm being informed that we're having some technical difficulties here. Apologies if there's been some problems there. As we see WashU knock down some free throws. Here comes Kushner bringing it across. Let's see Maryland realize the clock and go slow here. That's what I would like them to do. As they find the open Sokol and he takes the look. He gets it to go, but you know, you give it back to them with 26 seconds. Here Reamer's going to push, but I have a feeling Reamer's going to recognize this moment and hold it for one, quite frankly.
In the last game, there was someone that was saying 10-9 before the clock was even at 30, and see if we see that type of sportsmanship again in this game.
And that's what defines the high IQ ball player here. Reamer slows it down, looking to go now with 7 seconds left, going at Fritz. Here comes the double from Kushner.
Oh, and the great defense by Kushner. And he gets fouled.
And he gets fouled, and they're going to call a shooting foul on the full court.
My goodness.
That is really something you don't see frequently. Going to give Kushner 3 opportunities at the line.
And you see the excitement. This gives a new life into Maryland going into the half.
Into Maryland, looking to keep it a one-possession game going into the half. And, you know, if you're Maryland, you almost feel thrilled to be at a one-possession game in the halftime.
Absolutely. And you see that their team style of play is really playing well against this team in Zev Reamer in WashU.
Yeah, the team style play, that is really the dichotomy of this game. A team style play versus an isolation-heavy team.
And it's exciting. It really is.
It's made for some exciting basketball thus far. We've seen Maryland be committed to their team style a couple times straight away, got a little stagnant, but overall, their team brand has kept them in this. Great help defense there. Great recognition by Kushner, realizing that Reamer was ready to go to the basket, peeling off his man to get the steal. High IQ to get the shot up.
Oh,
only got one of them to go.
Still a one-possession game.
Still a one-possession game going into halftime. We're going to step away for a couple moments. We will see you on the other end of the break.
Masa Israel Journey is the leading organization for immersive opportunities in Israel. If you're looking to study, to work, to intern in Israel, to live like a local, Masa has a program for you. We were preparing to celebrate 20 years of Masa when October 7th changed everything. With our new reality in place, we transformed the Masa experience to answer the question we received from all corners of the Jewish world. What can we do now? Our answer? Join a Masa program and become part of Israel's story of resilience. We invite you to give back as a Masa volunteer, intern at an Israeli company with Masa Career, study as a Masa academic fellow, and so much more. Discover the beauty of living like a local and being part of Israeli society.
Ensuring security and safety in our organization is a top priority.
We have relationships with key security offices in the State of Israel.
If a security situation occurs, the communication channel between Masa, the program organizers, and the fellows will receive updated information with security briefings.
Your journey is waiting for you to start. So why wait? Join us and come to Israel with Masa.
Earlier of a game, we have two completely different style teams competing in what is probably the best matchup of the day. It has been a close one, it has been an entertaining one, and we are in for the greatest finish. This is how NHBT is supposed to be, and this is everything we look for.
And a quick change I'm noticing for Maryland, going with Glick to start the half instead of Rosen.
Rosen on the bench. Rosen was the one that got them to the hard start to start the half.
Rosen had a nice three to start the half, got a little too focused on the three ball. Let's see if Maryland can just focus on playing offense in rhythm, not getting too stagnant
and
here.
trying to slow down Zev.
Into Fritz to start it. He's working on, I believe, Geringer.
No, that's Hoffman.
My apologies.
Geringer number 4, I believe, in that case.
Kushner going to set the screen.
Kushner going to set the screen.
Had the space.
And you know, I think something I just noticed, and a little bit earlier.
Spin move again.
Nice spin move. Couldn't get it to go.
Probably about
Oh,
and it's off of them and going
I
Maryland
think
ball.
these screens for Maryland need to be a little bit more physical, not creating enough space. You know, if you're the screener, you really need to seek out the contact, set a firm screen, but the key is to make contact with the defender.
It really is, and I think they've been struggling with that, and if they can use that, they can utilize it to ultimately win the game.
And if they can get some advantages for Fritz with the screen, get him going downhill, that's going to help them a lot.
Something to watch out for
looks
this
to get
half.
it back to Fritz. Almost lost it there.
And draws a foul. Something to watch out for is Elliot Sokol already has 3 fouls from the first half.
3 fouls in the first half. Some of them a little bit questionable, could have gone either way. But let's see if Elliot can be a mature player here, stay calm, play with foul trouble. Here's Fritz on the wing, picks up his dribble. Handoff for Elliot, he's gonna reset, guarded by Resin.
Slowing it down, taking control of what they need to do.
The screen from Kushner.
3, no good. Rebound Hoffman. Reamer pushes the ball.
Barnea with it, and he'll get
A
right
quick
into
trigger
a
three, and he
and
hits
gets it to go with the hand in his face.
Wow.
A tough look from Barnea.
And you see him really just taking over and really doing what he has to do to help this team, so it's not just Reamer controlling this game.
Extending this WashU lead to 6. As Fritz, a nice move to the basket, gets inside, can't get it to go with the left.
Kushner at the
Second
board,
chance
and he
from
puts it in.
Kushner. Puts it in. Kushner using his size inside.
You see him really taking on a key role in this team right now, and it's really impressive to see him step up and perform the way he is. And Reamer takes the foul and one.
You know, it almost seems like, as Reamer yet again gets to the cup, it almost seems like Maryland has a little bit of a height advantage at this point. You know, Kushner, I don't know a height advantage, but some underrated height.
But
Kushner
they may have the height
inside,
advantage, but they seem like they're lacking the physical advantage.
the physicality, and I don't know if that's necessarily that they don't have it as much as they haven't been showing it so much. I wish we could see them bring a little bit of edge. I think they would benefit from making this into a little bit of a messy game, a little bit sloppy. They don't have the ball handling that WashU has, but they do have some great athletes who can defend and maybe make this into a little bit of a sloppy game. As
Glick on the
Glick gets his
corner.
first
And
opportunity,
he hits
gets
it.
it to go. Sam Glick, a known three-point shooter in this Maryland basketball community. If you've played pickup, you know he's a threat. As Reamer gets to the
pushes it
cup,
in. Wow.
finishes
What a finish.
through 2 defenders. Could have gotten the and one, as you see Reamer tossing up some muscles, flexing to the crowd. WashU leads by 6 still.
Fritz
thought about it.
Yet another
Inside,
spin.
out to Elliott.
Oh, yeah,
Glick in
Glick
the
open.
corner. Fritz down low, you know, and just got to keep the head up for Maryland right now a little bit. As
Kushner
Kushner looks to
pushing
drive,
in on Reamer.
spin move, little strong.
Fading away in that situation
Fritz
probably
on the
was not the best
floor,
move, and they
a
used their
very,
timeout.
very wise timeout there from Fritz. He had absolutely no window to get that ball out. Just use the timeout. I believe NHBT rules 2 timeouts per team per half or for the whole game.
I do not
Something
know.
with 2 timeouts. Either way, they'll use one there. Take us to this stoppage.
During this timeout, we're going to hear a quick word from our sponsor. This broadcast is brought to you by American High. American High is a production company that focuses on creating high school comedies. Why high school comedies? Simple. Because it's one of the only shared experiences we all go through. It's where every challenge feels like life and death, where every victory is the greatest accomplishment. It's a world of firsts. It's where you discover who you are. American High has made award-winning films such as The Binge, Banana Split, Big Time Adolescence, and the ultimate playlist of noise. Don't have time for long films? Try the shorts. Daily sketches about all things high school. Thank you, American High, for sponsoring.
And you know, also during the break, I'll take this opportunity to thank all of the incredible NHBT staff yet again. You know, we see right now just across from us some food being provided. You know, shout out to everybody that organized all of those
The amount of
logistics.
coordination that went into this
On
weekend.
so many levels, from the broadcast to the food, the hosting. Can't say enough about all the work that the staff has done.
Rosen
As
from the
Rosen
corner.
from the corner
No good.
gets right back
Again,
into
just
it.
shooting his
You
threes.
know, he's clearly looking to shoot. And
Oh, and here he goes.
And I'm wondering, as Barnea can get it to go, it'll be Maryland ball. I'm wondering if Rosen will maybe start to look to get inside, use his size.
He's a big
as well.
body. He's a big
body.
body.
Another big body for this Maryland team.
You see, like, they had a different identity to this already. As Fritz pushes, takes the contact, And it's a block on Reamer.
That's going to be a block on Reamer. I thought Reamer was there early and then almost kind of moved late.
Had he kept his position.
Yeah, he thought Fritz wasn't going to continue. And a change I just noticed there was they're matching up Reamer on Rosen and then letting him help to Fritz. And we saw it there. He slid over, forced Fritz into a decision. There it goes the way of the blocking foul. Fritz to the line.
Hits the first one.
Hits the first one. 5-point game here, 13.5 minutes left in the second half. Thank you for tuning in as Fritz gets the second to go. Here comes Reamer bringing it up quick for Resin, who will get it back to Reamer. Thought about it, step back.
Resin
for Barnea.
Barnea drives in.
Fights
through contact and misses.
Contested floater, can't get it to go. Good board by Rosen in the traffic. As Fritz instantly the other way. Maryland trying to strike like lightning.
And there you go. You just see everyone staying around
Everybody's
the
standing around the wing, very stagnant. Fritz forced to drive into 2 defenders.
I think if Maryland were to do some backdoor cuts, they could really take advantage of that. They have the size, they have the physicality if they want it. They just don't seem to be fighting
Some
for
of
it.
these players seem to be drifting to the 3-point line.
As you see, Reamer takes a shot to the head.
Takes a shot to the head. Wonder
in
if he's
obvious
good now.
pain.
Walking off to the side. I'm sure that's going to be a
Rosen missed the
stoppage
layup, and
now.
they're gonna stop it
Rosen
for them.
can't get it to go on the open look.
You hope everything's okay.
You hope everything's good with Reamer. Looks like maybe just got a little knock
like he got a
that
pop to the
surprised
head.
him. Pop to the head. Give him a second. Hopefully he's going to be all good.
And there's a smile. There's
a
very
smile
funny.
there. Let's try to see if he can give us a thumbs up. Seems to be okay here. Moving a little slowly, a little bit frustrated. Listen, it's tough for some of these officials to see all these off-ball fouls. Obviously a physical game. You know, big thank you to, I believe these officials are provided by the University of Maryland. Big thank you to them for coming out for the whole tournament.
Back to Reamer.
Reamer
pulls up.
Yeah,
and hits it.
Seems like his head's doing all right. As he just gets right back to knocking down a 3. It's hard to believe he just took a pop to the head, honestly.
It's hard to guard that. I mean, you wait for him to come down. If you play up on him, he's going to attack you inside.
And then there on the defensive end, just sliding his feet, sticking with Fritz, pushing it to Resin.
Resin for 3. Short.
Just short.
What a board by Benji Kaufman, drawing the foul as well. Reamer with 27, 5, and 1 already.
And, you know, when Reamer has 27 with 12 minutes to go left in the game, if you're Maryland, you need to focus on him a little more. I think he needs a hand in his face, probably 10 feet behind the 3-point line at this point.
If you're Maryland,
knocking down those shots with comfort, and Maryland just refuses to pick him up higher. As Kushner gets a good look.
Listen, if you're Maryland, right now is the time that you need to get the stops and attack. You're running out. You have plenty of time left. At some point, if they could keep building this lead that they're building, you're going to run into issues. Now's the time to do your stops.
Now's
push
the time.
The ball.
I agree. You know, a lot of time left, but there won't always be. At a certain point, you got to make your move. As Reamer
pulls
gets
up.
an open look. Can't get it to go. I guess he likes the hand in his face more than the open looks. As we'll see Fritz going the other way here. Dribble handoff for Sokol. Thought about it on the drive. That's going to go the other way. I mean, you just saw Reamer there.
As well.
That's 4 on Sokol. Just, you know, I said it earlier today. Momentum in tournaments like this is everything, and it's just been tough for Sokol to get his momentum today.
It really has.
You know, early foul trouble. You saw him hit an early 3, but he was on the bench, out of flow. As Barnea can't get it to go. Air ball. I wonder if WashU is maybe just shooting a little too quickly. These looks are coming a little too early in these possessions.
And Maryland really has to capitalize on them now,
Maryland needs to. Sokol
forces a little bit of a 3
a little bit of a force. You know, he did get a little bit of space with that screen with the defender going under. As Reamer walks it up the court, slowing it down now. Just around 10 minutes to go here. Now we see Fritz kind of picking him up a little bit higher up.
The issue is if he will attack that as he gets his...
Yeah, and we're seeing
what a fader. That's a
Barnea
beautiful shot.
On the baseline,
that's
really tough to guard. And that's not even Reamer. Just adding to the challenges of the day.
And there's a forced shot.
Pulls up. I'm not going to say forced. I don't think that's the right word.
I think it's tough.
At this time, I think it's important to say we need to make an effort to get to the cup.
right now.
I think the dribble down pop shot after the other team hits the shot can cause some issues.
Correct. But if
Especially
you're
trying to-
WashU right now, I think they're not doing the best job of putting this Maryland team away.
They're
I
not.
think we've seen some early shots, letting Maryland kind of hang around. Here inside
There's
to
a find, the
Kushner.
Kushner. Oh, he can't
Great
finish.
positioning, can't get it to go. And that's just tough. That's a basket you're going to need if you're Maryland. You're going to need those easier shots. As Resin, a great hesitation move, gets right to the cup, can't get it to go, fighting for the board. It goes to Kaufman.
Great board by Kaufman.
And here's Fritz, slowing it down, no numbers, almost walks, gets
Kushner
it ahead
for
to
three.
Kushner.
No good. Kaufman saw it.
And
Unable to get
again,
it.
that's not a bad look from Kushner, an open three, but you just wonder if maybe they would benefit from taking a little bit longer here. Slowing it down as Reamer,
Slowing it down, trying to find an inside look maybe.
as Fritz just
Fritz
went
is down,
and
will
he's
not
just
get
gonna
up.
stay down.
Reamer gets
can't get it
contact.
to go. Bodies
Own
are
timeout.
flying.
Maryland's ball, but it's an injury timeout right now for Fritz.
No, I believe that was a foul call.
No, I think it was a.
Oh,
We'll find
okay,
out.
official timeout.
I think it was an official timeout. It looks like maybe a cramp from the looks of the way his leg is.
You hope it's not something a little more serious. Maybe they bang knees there. That's something that you see a lot. You know, a little bit of a rush of pain to the knee. Takes a second. As getting him a little bit of water
Will
here.
stand up maybe, and he's able
And you
to
know,
walk
it's
off.
an important time for me to take some water, to remind all the viewers around to stay hydrated, getting into the warmer season. You know, stay hydrated.
Well, Donnie Drinks, we're going to share the message from our sponsor. This broadcast is brought to you by American High. American High is a production company that focuses on creating high school comedies. Why high school comedies? Simple, because it's one of the only shared experiences we have all gone through. It's where every challenge feels like life and death, where every victory feels like the greatest accomplishment. It's the role of the first. It's where you discover who you are. American High has made award-winning films such as The Binge, Banana Split, Big Time Adolescence, and The Ultimate Playlist of Noise. Don't have time for long films? Try shorts. Daily sketches about all things high school. As you see, it seems like it's a cramp. As you see in the way he's stretching, drinking water, trying to walk it off.
Trying to walk it off. You just wonder how much time they're going to give him here. If he's going to really, be able to get that leg feeling as good as he can, or if he's just going to have to play through a little bit of pain here.
It is nice to see the sportsmanship, though, on both teams
Nice
here.
to see the sportsmanship here. You know, everybody's had those cramps if you've played sports. You know how that feels. You know it's not fun. But I think it's, it's important to keep that loose, drink some water, stretch. Maybe sit down, enjoy some shorts from American High.
I think right now is the time for Maryland to lock in and take advantage of the open door, right? WashU has had control of the game, but they've also left the door open for Maryland. Right now, with about 8.5 minutes left, down 9, they have to take advantage. Kaufman hits a three.
Gets the three to
On
go.
cue.
Cuts it to
Benji
6
Kaufman
right
with
on
a
cue.
shot.
Maryland right here. Now is when it's important to get this stop, right? Build on the buckets.
Absolutely. Get a stop here.
Reamer on the wing. Thought
Great
about
defense. All on top of Reamer. Reamer finds the open man. Seems like he might have walked in. Barnea with a missed shot. No rebound.
No
They
rebound.
left him open.
Just undisciplined from Maryland.
Rosen,
Not putting
Michael
a body on
Rosen.
him. And, for Maryland, that's just a play you can't have.
Absolutely
Trying
not.
to build some momentum off a made shot. You finally get a stop.
It's a massive swing there. As you hear the fans starting to get
swing.
into it, very exciting to hear them.
As
Fritz
Fritz
really
working on
dribbling,
Reamer.
trying to find it.
And he's been using his body, but Reamer is just right there, sliding his feet.
Reamer's right there. Might be time
chest
for him
to chest.
Might be time for him to
Look
maybe take a different
elsewhere.
approach.
Yes, like we said earlier, I don't know if going at Reamer is going to be the recipe for the night. And just like that, right off the Kaufman three, WashU responds with a second chance layup and then a fast break layup.
Fritz again, just attacking right at Reamer. This time picks up his dribble, trying to find the open
Rosen
man.
tries to go backdoor. Good help defense from WashU. Takes
Kaufman
that
goes for the
away.
corner.
Gets the ball on
Back
the
to
deck
Sokol.
twice. Back for Sokol. A little stagnant as they reset for Fritz. He's going to get 2 screens.
Taking some contact.
Taking some contact
Rosen
for
for
Rosen
another
for
three.
another three.
And he hits it.
And he gets it to go. You kind of just had a feeling when he was standing there open that was going to be a shot going up. Happy to see it going down. Definitely a very solid shooter. And he gets that one to go.
7-point
second
game.
of the game. 7-point game here with 7 minutes
A
left.
stop here, and and we're talking about a nail biter.
Switch onto Sokol.
Reamer
can't
back.
get it to go, but yet
Another
another
offensive
board
board.
for Hoffman.
Listen, as important as that shot was for Rosen, he has to back out.
Has to box out. That's 2 missed opportunities there in the last 3 possessions. And you know, these whistles, the clock keeps running. This is all time that WashU is happy to just let tick off the clock.
Absolutely. Graham Hoffman, fun fact, actually grew up in Cleveland, played basketball in my front porch about a billion times. Unbelievable hook shot. I've yet to see it, but those rebounding is not a surprise to me.
Wow,
As
Resin,
Reamer
nice
down
dish
low,
for Reamer. Can't get it to
draws
go,
the
draws the
contact.
foul. He'll go
Sokol
to
is
the
in
line.
pain. You know, he's actually fighting through an injury, playing with an ankle brace on. See if he's just frustrated that right now. He's had a little bit of a frustrating game. You could tell that he's really trying to make the impact, but the injury might just be restricting him a little too much.
And sometimes those injuries, you know, when you're scoring well, it's easy to put it in the back of your mind. But when you're not scoring so well and the game's getting late and you haven't maybe had the performance you wanted to have, those injuries start to just hurt a little bit more, take you out a little bit more. You're feeling a little cold.
And now we see something we've talked about in previous games. If you're down and you foul, it really hurts you. The foul
Really
shots
hurts.
take 45
Takes
seconds.
a long time. And you're putting a great free throw shooter, Reamer, at the line. He knocks down both.
Spritz is going to attack now. Take some contact,
Nice
no
move.
call.
Takes some contact.
Gets his own board,
his
takes
own.
more contact, no good again. Gets his own board again, and is foul on Fritz.
You know, couldn't get to go there. Nice, great
We're on
move
is
there.
it on Reamer? It's on Reamer,
Looks
wow.
like it's going to stay here.
Great
Good
effort by
foul under
Fritz.
the hoop. Great move by Fritz, putting that chest right into Reamer's body, creating that space. Couldn't get it to go, but able to draw this second chance foul. Baseline out of bounds here.
To Rosen.
Rosen to
Kushner in the corner.
right in the corner for 3.
No good. Fritz with an offensive board. And draws the contact.
And Fritz,
And they're calling it a shooting foul.
Fritz definitely some type of athlete right now. But if you're Maryland, you have to have the IQ to know that this clock is running. You know,
You do.
you need to be quick to the line.
And you got to realize that and get going.
Get going. You know?
He's got to hit these.
Important free throws here. Chance to cut it to a 7-point game with both. Gets the first
Gets
to
the first
go.
one.
Have another opportunity here.
I can't stop thinking about those 2 offensive rebounds that really just hurt the momentum of Maryland.
The momentum. I think both teams have really given each other ample opportunities to make runs, and yet we haven't really seen it like we thought we might have.
I think the biggest run has been about 8 points, an 8-0 run, which is a lot.
Which is significant, but
Nothing
know,
like we've seen in some of these other games.
It just feels like
Wow, what a move. The basket doesn't finish. Sokol with the board. He's going to push it.
Sokol pushing here. Let's see if he can
Tries
get
to draw some
something.
contact, and he does.
Can't get it to
2
go,
shots now. He's
gets
got
the
to rush,
foul.
though. Time is ticking. About 3.5
Needs
minutes
to rush
left now.
here.
Last time, I mean, we've seen about maybe in this half alone, 3 minutes just go by because of fouls.
And you know, you see the Maryland players here taking their sweet time getting to their spots. I just
7-point game. He's got to hit both of these, and then they got to get a stop, and then it's still a 2-possession game.
big free throw hit on the front end of that one here. Let's see if he can get the second one to go. Cut this to a 5-point game here.
You're feeling some of the excitement in the crowd here as well.
Crowd starting to sense the moment a little bit. Just over 3 minutes left. As Sokol gets the second to go, 5-point game.
Cool, calm, and collected. You love to see that.
Reamer taking
Oh,
it up.
he's all on. Oh, he's all
That's
over him.
he's all over him. That's a pretty clear blocking foul to me. He's all over him.
And yet again, the time is ticking.
I do like Maryland starting to pick up full, but I think
You got to be
can't
careful.
if you're going to be picking up Reamer full, I don't think that can just be one guy. He's going to
It
cook him off the dribble.
Let's see if
I
they
just
notice
think,
that. I mean,
this is not a recipe for success.
you
He's
cannot
up in his
foul.
grill a little too much. Now you're seeing Resin be the ball handler. Elliott guarding him.
And it's back to Reamer.
Back to Reamer.
Oh, and
you
he just
see
blew
that
right by
right by
And
him.
he's going to drain out the clock here.
Running around in circles
And you foul
a
it, and
little
it's going to drain another 30 seconds off the way that these fouls work.
And
And
you
he's
know,
fast. Look at him avoid
He's
it.
got the
Resin.
ball handling skills to kill
Resin in the
a
corner, no
significant amount of his
good.
clock. Resin
the
can't
board.
get it to go. A little
This is
bit
the
of
chance.
Sokol pushing it.
They have to
Takes it
capitalize
all the
on
way
this one.
himself.
And they call a charge.
They call
oh,
a charge.
No.
I believe that's 5 on
You see the
Sokol.
frustration. You look at the bench.
You know, you see the frustration,
But to me, it's hard to justify it. You know, a little bit of an out of control drive. You're driving 3-on-1. You see him set up at the spot. You got to just get it to Fritz in the corner.
Would have really loved to see him pass that ball there.
Yeah, you're wondering if Sokol's eyes just light up a little bit on that break.
Sokol now has 5 fouls.
You know,
Did he foul out?
a tough foul out from Sokol. A tough game today, but really an incredible player. We've seen him have a great tournament.
And there's Reamer.
One of the leading scorers on this team.
And they foul it. Oh, no, they do not.
We'll see
There's
if
the foul.
as Reamer just zipping through the defense.
The clock's
dancing
going to run
through.
down here till a minute.
Well, it'll stop at a minute. Maryland will get a little bit of relief. You know, it's starting to sense maybe like the moment passed just then.
I think that
maybe.
fast break was their opportunity with that gone.
You know, some great players on
Oh,
this
great
Maryland
defense by
team.
Kaufman, though, in the
And he
smart move to
throws
throw it off.
Just
Benji
high
Kaufman.
IQ from Benji Kaufman when they needed it the most.
Great
Really.
play. Great playing. I know his family's listening to this. You should be proud of him. That was phenomenal play.
Phenomenal play.
And Maryland's got to push it. You can't take it
Maryland
slow here.
Can't afford to get slow, but it's important to
Got to
get a good
capitalize.
shot.
Got to capitalize.
Fritz for Kushner. Kushner finds Kaufman. Kaufman
course.
thought about it.
Out of bounds.
You know,
Dangerous.
dangerous pass. Probably lucky to be staying this way.
You got to get a quick shot here. I mean, think about the time
Got to get a quick shot. You know, we saw Glick hit a 3. I'm wondering if
they should maybe put him in.
Glick should be in here for
Interesting substitution
Lerner,
choice
but
for when
Fritz
Sokol
to
got
the
out.
cup.
Takes the
Oh,
foul.
wow,
Okay.
draws the foul.
But a
He'll
foul
have
here
2
is not bad.
opportunities. Definitely a great foul. Now the clock is stopped. But if he could have gotten that to go,
Absolutely. We
would
would
have
have
been the cherry
been.
on top.
Really would have been.
But here we go. Fritz an opportunity. Let's see what he can do here. You know, for this Maryland team, really an incredible run. I can't say enough about the play of Elliot Sokol throughout this tournament. You know, we might
Through
have
the
been
injury as well.
through the injury. Might not have gone his way tonight, but
Fritz hits the first one.
he was fighting hard. Fritz hits the front end. You know, Kushner's been battling this tournament. We saw some big games from Maryland-Rosen earlier.
Kaufman making his
Kaufman.
impact.
And, you know, that's what's ultimately led them here. Not a team that many expected to make a Tier 2 run, but everybody's stepped up and they've gotten deep. They've played team ball. Fritz can't get the second to go.
Lane
A
violation?
lane violation.
Odd.
Wow.
Wow. Did
So
the clock,
Fritz-
I think they moved the clock, though. They're not going to
I
fix
don't
it.
believe
but
they did. Maybe
maybe like 2 seconds.
Maybe-
Not enough to make a big deal about
maybe
it,
a
I
couple
guess.
tenths of a second.
A lane violation is a crazy
Lane
call.
violation gives Fritz another opportunity to make this a one-possession game. And you just feel like this is going to come down to free throws here. If WashU's going to have to hit some
hits it.
free throws.
Who do you foul here?
Well, you got to foul Reamer
Reamer.
now, but you don't want to.
You don't want to.
You know, but what choice do you have?
Can he
Reamer,
handle the pressure?
Reamer has been just, he's had ice in his veins at the line all day long.
Let's see if maybe some of the fans get into it, cause a little ruckus, cause some issues for Reamer.
Let's see. But even if they do, you know, Reamer's a guy that's played a lot of ball. I have a hard time seeing him
You're convincing them
get
both.
phased here. You know, just one free throw pushes this to a 2-possession game, but with this much time left, you'd obviously love both of these.
And that's something to look out for. Now that we know that they're going to be calling those lane violations, you got to be a little scared if you're
a little bit, you know, yeah, definitely in the back of these players' minds. Front end of the 1-and-1.
And he misses it.
Is no good.
And a timeout by Maryland, and they are in it, a 3-point game.
A 3-point game with 35 seconds left. Just a couple minutes, or less than a minute of game time ago, it seemed like this was slipping away from Maryland, but we saw a really heads-up defensive play by Benji Kaufman.
Now, if you're Maryland, what do you do here? Is it one shot? I can't imagine.
If I'm Maryland, I would like to see something with Fritz getting a screen going downhill with shooters. It's not the end of the world to take a 2 here if it's a nice, easy 2.
I agree. I think with
I would really like to see that, but an open 3 is a great shot for you here.
An open 3 is a
So
great shot.
I think the drive and kick, I think that is like fundamental basketball.
How much time are you taking off the clock before you shoot here? 40 seconds left.
40 seconds left. I think if you're Maryland, you're looking to go fast.
I think so too.
Not, you know, not breakneck speed. Don't shoot a bad shot in the name of time at this point just yet. But, you know,
I think a 2 and a foul.
you know,
is
we
probably
saw Reamer miss that one there, but, you know, you can't count on so many more of those.
No, you cannot.
So I think it's important for Maryland to get some type of bucket here.
They dribble
Whether
play. Where
that's
do you
a
think the
2
ball
or
is
a
going
3.
to here? It's got to go to Fritz, no? The way he's been
But
controlling
Fritz
this game.
taking it out here. Maybe it gets
Interesting.
back to him right now on a screen.
You see Michael
Starts
pointing
with
towards him.
Kushner. Now it's going to be Fritz.
Do they wait?
Screen from Lerner. Fritz
Attacks it.
rejects. Back to Lerner. Thought about it for
Kushner
Kushner.
with the three. No good.
No good.
You got a
Can't
foul.
get
You
it to
got a
go.
foul. You got a foul.
To Resin.
And she's going to run
And
around.
Reamer's going to run around and get fouled. And
19.7 seconds
a
left.
pretty good look there. Just can't get it to go. That's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Reamer back to the line. He'll have another opportunity to just send this game one step closer to a WashU Tier 2 championship.
A heartbreaking moment for Kushner. It's always tough when that happens, but you know, I think it was the right shot.
You know, I agree with you. That was a nice look. Around 20 seconds on the clock. You know, you got to take the shot.
Key free throw here.
Key free throw, the front end from Reamer.
And he
Can't
misses
get
it
it to
again.
go again.
And another timeout by Maryland. Now it's a one shot, I believe.
Wow.
I believe it's one
this
shot
is
now.
something you don't see frequently. Here's the thing about it. I don't know that it has to be, but the way I've seen them play, I don't know if they can get a quick enough two.
That's the issue. And now they don't have any timeouts left either. So if they foul and the other team the shot, you gotta run the ball down again.
No timeouts. You gotta run the ball down.
Who's shooting?
Certainly tough.
Who do you want to give
Yeah.
the ball to? I see Joey Cohen getting into the mix of it.
A little bit, but listen, I think Benji Kaufman is the best shooter on this team.
I
to
think
be
so,
honest
too.
with you. I don't know if he's hit one through today. I don't know if he's fully displayed his
I think it's going to
prowess
him.
from deep.
I
but
think it's going to him as well. I'm looking at the huddle.
listen, I think this is a play with options. I think there's going to be a lot of options on this play.
Let's see what the defense does here as well.
As Fritz sits for this play,
Interesting. I guess
did he
Glick
foul
is a
out?
better. I think Glick
Did
is
he-
a. I don't think he fouled. I
better
think Glick is a better
shooter.
three-point shooter.
but I don't know about that. Here we go with Kushner bringing it up. Around for
Fine,
Kaufman.
Kaufman.
Gets
Kaufman.
the shot off.
Oh no.
Just had to force it.
Yeah.
Never really had a shot there.
I think that's when you realize, okay, it's gonna be a one shot. If we're taking a three, one shot. Maybe don't force that one there.
Yeah, that's the thing. You do have the time, but on the flip side of that, you know,
I guess they're still in it
maybe
now.
there was rebound opportunities there could have been from that.
You see him heartbroken.
And-
Teammate trying to tell him to lift up his head.
But if I know Benji Kaufman, you know, that won't affect him long term. He's a great shooter, loves to shoot. It's just so hard to get a three off when the defense knows.
And there's still 8 seconds left, right? You miss it, you push the ball down the court. There's always a chance.
Still 8 seconds
And
left.
he hits it. The dagger.
That does seem to be a dagger to a degree. Pushing this to a 4-point game with just 8 seconds left. Barring any fluky plays, it seems like WashU is going to come away the Tier 2 champions.
Well-fought game for both
Well-fought game for both teams. Congrats to both teams. Maryland certainly outperformed expectations, possibly even in this game.
teams.
Just
Really,
to keep it
I
this
believe
close.
so.
And really just a hard-fought battle. A pleasure to be on the mic alongside you, Nathan. I've
Same
been
here.
Donnie Deutsch,
Nathan Weeder.
signing off. Take care. Be sure to tune in. Women's Championship coming up. Men's Tier 1 Championship later on. Signing off. Take care.
Bye-bye.